All right, here we go. Roll sound.
Sound, Baker.
Yeah, sound, speed. Marker.
Action!
As a writer, as an actor, I come from an actor standpoint, so when I write also it comes from that standpoint, and I use a lot of dialogue, and this helped me to see things more visually. Working with both Lon and Brian, I was able to pick things up, and you know, now in my writing I see it starting to come out. I'm starting to see the picture. I'm starting to, as a film, I'm able to put it into pictures that'll make a finished product.
It's about a drug dealer in Detroit whose girlfriend has graduated law school and given him the ultimatum that it's either me or the drugs. He embarks on a weekend bender where basically he's like, he is in denial, not like in denial, he's in denial saying, I don't need her. When really he's racked up inside and just can't put it out there that he's actually an addict.
I was surprised when Vince came to me with the script. Originally, Vince came to me and he wanted, he and I both loved the idea of shooting the film in 4 days. We were gonna get a whole set of mini DV cameras, and we were gonna go out, do everything in real time. Vince was not gonna sleep for 4 days, probably die at the end of it. It would have been absolutely a realistic documentary. And then we brought our favorite DP in, Lon Stratton, and as usual, there's certain standards below which he just won't go. And so we started to talk about maybe if we're gonna move fast, we should shoot in film. And then what happened is we kind of wisely went from doing a project that could be shot in 4 days in real time, where both Vince and I were willing to sacrifice our lives, to doing a film that was still shot quickly. It was a 2-week shooting schedule, but shot in a more traditional way, and I think it evolved into a much better film.
When you pick a format to shoot a movie on, it always has to be related to the final project. What are you going to do with this footage? The other thing is, can you actually execute the format that you want to do? So the original thought of shooting this on video was fine, and this movie probably would have been okay to shoot on some form of video, HD or maybe even standard definition video. But I thought with the schedule involved, we probably wouldn't actually be able to achieve that. The Super 16 was actually a perfect format for this movie in terms of how fast you could shoot, how much less lighting you could have as opposed to video. Yeah, concerning the visual style of the movie, of course the photography always must serve the story. And this story had two very distinct styles to the story. The style of the Vince character, and then there was the style of the Vince character with his girlfriend. So what we decided to do was with the Vince character and his drug world, we did a lot of handheld and a lot of moving camera and a lot of not well composed shots, uncomfortable looking shots. That was the style for that. And then when we were with the girlfriend and the family and the stable part of the story, we sort of followed with the photography. Stable photography, not a moving camera or slow moving camera. So that was the general two styles of the movie.
Paradigm is, I've always loved his music, same with Obi. I just thought it was important to show the diversity of the city.
So we got the hip hop mash right up against the electronic and the rock music.
Well, Obi, I thought was incredibly disciplined. I don't know what I expected. I know that he isn't an experienced actor, so I thought he's got some charisma, he's a cool guy, he's right for the role, but I thought, I don't know what I'm gonna get. And we had a limited amount of rehearsal time with him. He listened to direction in a very disciplined way. He took all the direction that I gave. He asked questions where necessary, and he wound up being a very disciplined actor. In working with Paradigm, we featured a musical number of his, and he knows how to do that, but we did a scene with him backstage, and he had a lot of fun with it. It was real clear. He was extremely natural. We did a lot of improv backstage, and I think it's one of the most fun scenes in the film. It was somewhat of a surprise to me. We just set Lon up there with a camera. We had some set lines, but we let everybody improvise a lot, and Paradigm had no trouble keeping up with that and catching on to that, which shows he's a pretty bright guy.
Producing and acting, they're difficult hats to wear, both at the same time. When I knew that I had to come to the set as both actor and producer, I made sure that my preparation was done. I knew the scene, I knew exactly where we were, because I knew at any given minute I might have to switch to producer. So yeah, it definitely improved my concentration as an actor. You know, the nervous energy, I think definitely helped this character. And as Brian said many times, and I agree with him, I don't think it would have worked with another character. It would just happen to be able to incorporate it into this character, but it definitely helped my concentration because all the preparation had to be done. I couldn't be in between takes, figure my lines out, this, that, and the other thing. I had to know exactly what was going on, so as soon as cut was yelled, I could go produce.
A friend of mine, he overdosed, and I was like, I have to write something. There are negative consequences with everything you do, and
If there's a moral I could give right now, it'd just be watch yourself, because nobody's above losing control.